Audio Jungle.
Yo, ho, ho. Da Mafia, what up? Welcome to the AFC East Roundtable Tailgate / pregame, whatever synonym that you would like to use. Big night tonight. Big night. In fact, we are expecting our largest show ever. In fact, we have a goal. We have a goal of about 1,000 live viewers, which I think could easily be done. Because between Bills Mafia, who is coming off of an absolute smackdown, right, of the Tennessee Titans, the Jets with a miraculous comeback, the Miami Dolphins with a lucky comeback, and the Patriots winning probably one of the most boring games in NFL history, the entire AFC is won. So we are anticipating a very big show, and I need Bills Mafia to be there. I really need Bills Mafia to be there. Okay? Let's go on ahead. Let's go in there because there's one thing, and we know this for a fact, that TD Finstock is about to be on a whole nother level, right? We're talking undefeated Super Bowl energy. That's what we are going to expect from TD once he rolls into that room tonight at 7:30 p.m. EST. So it's exciting, man. It's exciting. It's Dolphins week for the Buffalo Bills. And expect my preview video to drop tomorrow. We have another show, which is going to be a battle between TD, another Dolphins YouTuber, and then myself and Rico from the Buffalo Fanatics. That's going to be on Friday night on the AFC East Roundtable channel. So just get ready for a bunch. Excuse me. Just get ready for a bunch of Bills Dolphins content coming from not only my channel, but the AFC East Roundtable as well. I have quite a few people in here already for this tailgate. I hope everybody is excited for the show tonight. I did pin the link to the show right at the very top of this live chat. So if you do not have this, saved, or if you are not subscribed to the AFC East Roundtable, highly recommend it. Fire content. We are, so happy that you guys have found so much joy in just 4 random dudes talking about football once a week. It's seriously a very, very humbling experience, which is great. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit this chat. It's going off. We have Eric coming in, completely stating the obvious. Bills Mafia all day. Bills Mafia all day. Indeed, my friend. We have a couple of injury scares. In fact, I do want to talk about that injury situation because I feel like that's really everything that's been dominating, at least for the past couple of days, about this pregame when it comes into the Dolphins. And I mean, I'm definitely going to touch on this because it's going to get brought up, whether it's by TD or whether or not it's by somebody in the chat. There's really only like 1 or 2 guys on our injury report today that I can genuinely say they're probably not going to play. Dane Jackson, for obvious reasons. He had a really scary injury on Monday night. Literally, just watching the playback still gives me the heebie-jeebies, bro. It was very scary. But luckily, seems to be okay, but he's not going to see the field right against Miami on Sunday. That's our outside corner. I have full faith, full credit that I think Elam will be able to sort of hold down the fort in that arena. And same thing with Benford, who I think for the first 2 games of the season so far for the Bills has been a shocker, right? I mean, who were to expect somebody drafted that late literally comes out and starts and actually produces? So Dane Jackson is 1, and then number 2 is Jordan Phillips with his hamstring. I'm not saying that I think that it is serious, right? I think that if we didn't have the depth that we had, then I could 1,000% see him playing this game. But reports are saying that it sounds like Settle and Ed Oliver will be out there. Both of them were limited today at practice. That's a great sign. So if Oliver and Settle are back, I wouldn't anticipate Jordan Phillips being out there. Although that he's been a boss, I wish he was. He's been dominating his first 2 games back in a Bills uniform. But those are really the only 2. Matt Milano was a full participant in practice today. Full, completely fine. He basically just ended up having a stinger. And then same with Micah Hyde. He was limited today. No. He didn't practice, but I did end up reading this awesome article. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out this blogger, he's on Twitter too. It's called Banged Up Bills. He is under the impression that Micah Hyde just had a stinger, and he compared it to the stinger that Trey White ended up getting last year during the Pittsburgh game. Didn't miss any time. Micah Hyde's going to be out there. So we can go ahead and put that to bed. We're just erring in caution. I feel like that was a glorified vet rest day. Although he was listed as did not practice, he's going to be out there. So those are the only 2 right there that I am seeing. Gabe Davis was limited today. Fantastic. So sounds like everything seems to be moving forward. Same thing with Mitch Morse. Offensive line is intact. We're good to go. We have a donation, $5 super chat from Vincent. This is Vinny. So I told you on your last live that Bills were going to slaughter. Vinny, you were absolutely right, man. You were absolutely right. I don't know why that I went into that game so nervous, right? I mean, I was expecting just Ryan Tannehill to just be as lucky as he normally is against this team. But it wasn't the case, right? I mean, I think the most impressive part about this Monday was the fact that we held Derrick Henry to literally 25 yards. The best running back in the league to 25 yards. And to make it even better, we did that with our second and third string defensive tackles. Our first string wasn't even out there. Our first string was not even out there. We were doing that to that man. Same thing when it came down into Edmonds. Finally earning the hype. Finally earning the hype that he had, man. I absolutely love it, man. Love it. Super happy to see everybody in the chat right here. And so our D's not letting up 38. Must have had a Dolphins guy go in there and put 38 points. In fact, it was funny because I was actually watching a Dolphins YouTuber, and and so I just trolled him like real fast. I dropped a comment. I said Bills 56-3, right? I don't believe that, but I just like getting under their skin. I just enjoy getting under Dolphins fans' skin, right? I feel like that they will, yeah. And so I feel like they're going to score some points. They will. But do I think that they're going to be able to keep up with our offense? No. I really don't. I mean, I think that we're going to continue our streak of 20-plus wins of 14 points or more. It's just the way that Mike McDaniels runs his offense, right? If you watch tape, the way that he runs his offense is that you always see the linebackers basically hugging the defensive line, right? Because you need to account for their option opportunities. But then you also see the safeties deep, super deep, right? Because you need to account for the speed that's on the outside. So literally right in that middle part of the field, it's like a buffet for any type of competent quarterback. And Tua, for some reason, completely ignored so many opportunities in that literal vast amount of real estate right up until the fourth quarter. So really interested to see what McDermott and what Frazier is going to cook up. Not necessarily sure what sort of packages we're going to see, but that is the way that Mike McDaniels runs his like offense. Something to think about. We have a couple more super chats coming in. EM Baller, one of my favorite Dolphins fans. I told you Tannehill couldn't beat you. Stopped Henry. Listen, man. Listen, bro. Man, I think that it might have just been a little bit of like some nerves, like knowing that they've had our number for the longest time. But let me tell you what, it was a very good feeling watching us hang up 41 points on that team that frankly didn't deserve to be on the field with us. So I don't know. Super happy about that. I really appreciate that donation once again, man. Look forward to seeing you tonight at the Roundtable. For those of you coming in, the AFC's Roundtable starts exactly at 7:30 p.m. EST. That is pinned to the live chat. So I would go on ahead and then I would want to open up a new tab, save it, make sure you turn on those notifications. It's going to be a damn show today. It's going to be a damn show. And for the 100-something people I see in here already, I anticipate all of you to be in there. It's going to be a big show. You don't want to miss it. Seriously, I would say it's probably going to be our biggest show in history of the AFC's Roundtable. Another super chat from Vincent. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. I called the score 45-13. Damn, so close. Yeah, man. Yeah, you really, really did. You really did. I thought that Henry would go on ahead and actually make some sort of an impact. Like, I knew that the receiving core wasn't really worth a shit, but I wasn't expecting 41-7. I wasn't expecting that. I saw us winning, but not by that margin. No way. Absolutely no way I didn't see that. But I feel like it's all about Dolphins situation right now, man. It's Dolphins week. And something I wanted to talk to you guys about, and something I think that you guys might appreciate, is the fact that there's been a lot of questions with our secondary, but I feel like our secondary has been doing damn good, right? And so am I wrong? And the defending Super Bowl champions only put up 10 points against us. The defending number 1 seed of the AFC put up 7. Very young secondary. There's no Trey White. We literally have a 5th, 6th round rookie on the other side taking his place with Elam at Dane Jackson. Really hoping that he gets a really speedy recovery going into it. But they're dominating. And do I think that it's all them? No, I don't. In fact, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to put this out there. This is going to be one of my biggest arguments tonight, right up against TD and really anybody that's a Dolphins fan that really comes up and says that, like, oh man, like you have such an inexperienced secondary. Like you need to watch out for Tyreek and you need to watch out for Waddle. The biggest thing, and I'm sure you guys might notice this, is we have seen in the past, perfect example is the Kansas City Chiefs. Their secondary has never been all-stars, right? Same thing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Secondary, not a star-studded secondary at all. A few good piece players here and there, some ballers here and there. But do you want to know what makes an average secondary look all-pro? A pass rush. A defensive line getting organic pressure against a quarterback completely makes up for any type of weaknesses that you will see in a secondary. And that's exactly what's going to happen on Sunday against the Dolphins. You look at their offensive line, man. There are mismatches galore. Right? The Buffalo Bills defense, their pass rush is going to overwhelm him. Even if Mike McDaniels tries to run his scheme that's going to require our linebackers to basically hug our defensive line's asses, at the end of the day, man, I think Tua is going to have to get rid of the ball with like literally under 2 seconds because they're going to be in his face. And we all know that Tua is absolute trash under pressure. I don't care how fast Waddle and I don't care how fast Tyreek Hill is. They might not even get open with Tua having a clean pocket all night. He's going to be under so much pressure, so much stress. I'm fine with our secondary. Even if Micah Hyde can't play, I'm still not seeing them put more than 20 points up against. I'm still not seeing them put 20 points up against us. 21. I would be shocked if the Dolphins put up 20 to 21 points on us or more. Absolutely shocked. Sure, I'm definitely going to give Tyreek Hill like a big splash play. And so I'll give Waddle a big splash play for sure. But there's no way Tua will have a clean pocket 5% of his snaps. 5. I'm calling it right now. And we're going to get it with organic pressure. So we're not going to blitz either. We're legitimately going to go on ahead. And we are going and to drop 7 into coverage, straight up heat. I think Tua gets sacked 5 times. Another super chat. We got Mario coming in, my guy. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the donation. So I hope for a competitive game for my Dolphins against you guys. Fins up. Yeah, man. Should be, man. Like as a Bills fan, I love a good close game, but it's not good for my blood pressure. But I think that you guys are a playoff team for sure. But like, I mean, if I had to look at anything that's going to be the deciding factor is the trenches. How is your offensive line? What is y'all's strategy in literally protecting Tua? Is against, I would say, I mean, granted, this is a small sample size, but I would say probably the most complete defensive line in football. I think we have the most complete defensive line in football, statistically, like proven. So, like, I mean, he's going to have to really sort of take the model of death by 1,000 paper cuts to really make any type of consistent attack, like on offense. I really don't see many downfield plays. I really don't. I really, really don't. Mr. Diggs says, oh, and so under over on the number of sacks on 204.5. I think Tua gets sacked 5 times. I really do. And so Roberto's coming in and saying we held them to basically 10 points because of an interception. Was a pass interference on Parker. Not complaining, though. Wildcat saying Miami all the way. I mean, dude, listen, I get having confidence in your team, but like, I mean, our last 20 wins, bro, were by 14 plus points. And all we had was Stephon Diggs. That's it. This week, Gabe Davis is coming back. We got Gabe Davis coming back, man. And so Diggs owns Xavier Howard. Owns him. I mean, it's cool to have confidence, but damn. I think there's a difference between blind confidence and then I think there's a difference between like optimism, right? Really, really do. So whatever happened to the early jump by the Titans where they didn't get the penalty because our center was out of position? What was that, Cody? That was probably one of the craziest things I think that I've seen. That was definitely one of the craziest things I saw. It looked like that their defensive tackle, 1,000% encroachment, but then our center was just taking his hand to like sort of block him and like push him back. So like he didn't get it. And then we got the call. I mean, and there was some definitely terrible calls that went into that. But I mean, I was scratching my head, but it seemed like soon as when it got into the second half, like every single call went our way. A $10 donation. Michael McGee. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. That helps out the channel tremendously. And so I know you are a realistic analyst, but as a fan base, we come in games confident. Let's mirror the players. We're here to dominate. Bring the energy on the roundtable for us. Michael. Oh, trust me. I'm going to have to. I'm definitely bringing that energy tonight because I'm just racking through my head of some of the takes that I'm going to hear from TD and Dolphins fans in the chat. I literally have something for them with all of the notable takes. Tyreek, Waddle, etc. The reason, right? And so the absolute reason, what's up, baby? The reason that Tyreek burned us and like we got burned by a lot of these receivers in the past was because we couldn't get to the quarterback. Man. Like I said, average secondaries have gone deep into the playoffs because of their defensive line. Buffalo Bills are stacked at the defensive line. Have some young defensive ends who look up to their mentor, Von Miller, who's been a stud. Depth up the wazoo. And our average secondary literally held the Super Bowl champions to 10 points. and held the Derrick Henry-led former number 1 seed in the AFC last year in 2021 to 7 points. So is Tua going to be able to get the ball to Tyreek in time? Is he going to be able to actually throw something accurate and not underthrow him like he was for the first 3 quarters of that game? No. And first off, they're going to be like, oh my God, man, like he tore up the Ravens defense. It's the same Ravens defense that let Joe Flacco throw 311 yards on him. Flacco? Except for I'm not going to hate on Flacco because I was very impressed with this comeback victory against the Browns. Really, really was. But I'm just trying to reset expectations. Because frankly, there's nothing worse than seeing disappointment, right? And so I know what it's like to hurt as a Bills fan. Nobody likes it. Another donation, Mr. Diggs. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Dan, have a bet with TD on picks and sacks. Picks and sacks? Okay. I can do that. And so, but I know that TD doesn't. And Roberto comes in and says, now y'all Bills fans know how we felt for 20 years with Brady. We cocky as hell. Yeah, dude, it feels weird. It feels really weird. Like, this is the first true year, I think, where I feel like Pat's level cockiness. Like a Pats fan level cockiness. Like, this is the first year where I was like, bro, like I'm going to a game and I'm expecting a domination. Like, there's no team I'm scared of these days. My guy, what up, Mel? Bills ain't coming for wins. We're coming for souls. We're coming to embarrass teams. We have a statement to make, baby. We have a statement to make every single time. I have a bunch of the usual suspects in here. Listen, if you were just joining us, this is the tailgate to the AFC East Roundtable. The link to the episode is pinned to this live chat. It starts at 7:30 p.m. We have a hell of a show. We have a hell of a show lined up for you guys. We really, really do. We have some great guests. We have a bunch of cool segments. It's going to be an absolute baller of an evening. So please be there. Bills Mafia, I need you there hard. I need Bills Mafia there hard for this. This is going to be something big. We have a $5 donation from Matthew French. Thank you so much. Allen Robinson or Curtis Samuel need help with this one for fantasy. Go Bills. Ooh. Who do the Rams play? Let me see. Listen, I feel like everyone needs to help my guy out here. Okay. Rams schedule. Let's see what we got going on here. Rams play the Cardinals. Yeah, worry about Budda Baker, I suppose, for Allen. And then also you're going to be taking away some targets with Cooper Kupp being out in the field. And then Curtis Samuel. He's had a hot start. He's had a really hot start. And then who do the Commanders play? Hold on. Commanders are going up against, the Eagles? Dude, it's getting to a point where I just like flip a coin, to be honest with you. But I mean, I'd probably go Allen Robinson. In my opinion. Michael McGee, another donation. Thank you so much, man. Dude, y'all being so generous today, man. I really, really appreciate that. With TD's live stream, he's worried. Don't let him fool you. Good. That's what I'm talking about. A $10 donation from Charles. Dude, y'all are I love y'all. Football is a game that is won and lost in the trenches. We own the trenches. So Miami can't stop us there or match us on offense. Either, how can they hope to win with 1/5 of an offensive line? Great take. In fact, I feel like screenshotting this and just showing the world. You look good, bud. You're welcome. In fact, guys, we're going to end early. No, I'm just kidding. No. And so I entirely agree. There are mismatches up the wazoo in the trenches on both sides. And the Bills win every single one of them. Every single one of them. Sure. So you have speedy receivers. So, but unless Tyreek Hill and Waddle are literally teleporting to get open, I don't see Tua having a lot of time, and I see him making a lot of mistakes. I see him making an absurd amount of mistakes. $5 for my guy Mel. Dude, I love y'all. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And so I'm jumping in that StreamYard. If it's open, no mercy. Dolphins got a lot better. So did we. They did. They certainly did, man. They certainly did. Yeah, man, most definitely. Most definitely. So really, with the AFC East Roundtable, for all of our Patreon contributors, not my Patreon, but the AFC East Roundtable Patreon, we give you all the link for our Q&A section. So y'all can come on, hop on, ask us a question, so you can give us a take. Super cool way about going about it. Absolutely. Mel, my guy, man. Hope all is well. Let me know next time that you come down to the Myrtle. Let's catch a game. Charles, feel free to put it on Twitter. Oh, Charles, my guy. Dude, no. I might actually. And so I'll actually say it live. Exactly. And so I'll quote you, Charles. So my guy Charles said it, and then I will quote you live on the AFC's Roundtable for that specific take. I love it. I'll give you all the credit in the world because I love it. Oh, my Mel, thank you again, man. Get you some, Dan. No blocking. 1,000%. My guy. Matthew French, another donation. Thank you. Beer on me. Gonna need it for the Roundtable. Well, my friend, I'm actually just drinking coffee this evening. I feel like energy is what I needed. You know what I mean? I needed to be zeroed in. So I needed to be zeroed in on this because there's a lot to uncover here. There's a lot to uncover here, man. Just absolutely crazy. Oh, man. Things are going to get interesting this week. Things are going to get really good. I feel like that this is not necessarily a measuring stick, but I just want to see us continue to show consistency. That's what I want to see from the Buffalo Bills at this point, right? I want to see us go out there and continuously dominate every single team that we play, whether or not that it's in our division, whether or not that it's in our conference, it's in the NFC. We need to go out there. Going undefeated in the NFL is very difficult. I'm not expecting us to go undefeated. I see us dropping a couple, whether or not that it's due to injuries, whether or not that it's just an off game. It's football. It happens. But I want to see consistency. I don't want to see flat games. If we lose a damn shootout, I'm going to be pissed. Of course I'm going to be pissed. Why wouldn't I be pissed? But, it's exactly what I'm talking about. Another super chat, Matthew French, my guy. Thank you. Another beer on me because you're drinking coffee. Come on, man. My guy. Dude, listen, bro. And so I made the mistake of drinking beer on the streams because now y'all just want to see me wasted all the time, which is it's funny. It's funny. I'm kind of sweating. And there's no beer in the house either. There's no beer in the house. Wait, what did you say? There's one. Yo, you're enabling me too. And so you're going to fix me a drink for dinner? All right, well, I guess I'm drinking wine tonight, boys. It's between y'all and my girlfriend enabling me. Sitting here trying to be a sober Sally. That's pretty whack, I guess. So Roberto comes in and says, I hope y'all beat the Dolphins and we beat the Ravens. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Just completely demoralize them. And Colby comes in and says, at least you never drank in college. You're right, bro.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's Colby.
Yeah.
A good old Colby. Colbs, I love you, bro. Love you, man. I got to make it down to Tampa soon. Yeah, but this game should be good. There's a lot of matchups I'm looking at, especially in the trenches. Like I said earlier, I'm really hoping that Gabe Davis comes back. And I want us to stop giving up on the damn run game, man. I mean, I know that I was the biggest proponent of saying that, hey, don't run the ball because we can't. And I was I wouldn't even say hater, bro. Like, I would say that I was a critic of Devin Singletary. But from what I've seen of him in the first 2 games, it's kind of hard not to give him the ball. Like, he's averaging like 5 yards per carry. And don't get me wrong, I definitely don't want Dorsey to follow suit of what Dable did, where he would just pick 3 run plays right up the middle in a row. And like, I'm sitting here wanting to throw a beer can at the TV. Like, nah, it's not gonna work. But yeah, who knows what's going on there? Michael McGee, another $5 donation. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I think you predicted this perfectly. You said you hope the Dolphins beat the Ravens, then knock them back down to earth, beat them when they are high. Oh, yeah, man. I definitely didn't want to go in there and play a desperate team, right? And I feel like Dolphins fans should probably be pretty happy, too, that we ended up winning on Monday night. I mean, I wouldn't want to face off with I wouldn't want to play a pissed off Josh Allen. I'd be shitting my pants. I'd be shitting myself if that was the case. Snow Turd 518 comes in and says, late to the party. What's up with Micah? From an article I read from Banged Up Bills, highly recommend following them on Twitter. It's the most like in-depth analysis when it comes to any type of injury for the team. I'm pretty sure he's a former physical therapist or maybe a physician's assistant. I'm not sure, but he has some tremendous experience in the medical field. He said that it was a stinger. He said that he compares it very closely to what Trey White suffered week 1 last year, right up against the Steelers. So from early reports and based off of a medical professional's opinion, he's going to be good. The only 2 that I know for a fact are probably not going to play is Dane Jackson for obvious reasons, and then Jordan Phillips with his hamstring. Not because it's too serious, but because more than likely Ed Oliver and Tim Settle will be back healthy and ready to go. So I could see us resting Jordan Phillips for when we go up against the Ravens. Just make sure that doesn't get tweaked any further. But those are the only 2 that are for sure right now in my mind. Gabe Davis should be coming back. Milano was a full participant today, like in practice. So that's not something to worry about. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Micah Hyde and Milano should be out there. It's just Dane Jackson we got to worry about with Dane Jackson being gone. So a $2 donation, my guy, Gabe Davis or Diggs week 3, who's going to be on top? I think it's going to be Gabe Davis's turn this week. I think it is. I think we're going to slowly mix him in a little bit and then kind of see. Oh, baby, I thought you brought me a glass of wine.
No, not yet.
She's sweet. Is he laying down?
No, I'm just picking out. I'm just going to make a list for my trip.
Wayne Smith says, Dan, please dominate TD tonight. Dude, I have something for TD every single thing that he has from me. I got something for him every single take that he tries and throws at me. Seriously, it's going to be a really good time. It's going to be a really good time. We got Mr. Yagami coming in and saying Elam can match Reek's speed, and he's good attacking the short passing game. Yeah, for sure. Well, like, I mean, I'm hoping so. But what I envision of what's going to happen during that game is the fact that the sort of offense that Mike McDaniels runs is just not going to work with the offensive line that Miami has. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. Tua will not be able to get the ball off in time for Tyreek or Waddle and to even get open. Listen, I know they're fast, but they're going to have to teleport. They're literally going to have to teleport to open space for them to even make any sort of impact. I see both of them having some splash plays. They're tremendous athletes. They will score on us. But if you think that they can keep up with our offense, you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. So I keep saying that if the Finns want to beat us, and so they got to play great for 4 quarters, and their D has to show up. Kobe, great take. Great take. 1 quarter of dominant football, 1 quarter of competent football. It's not going to do it against the Bills. You need to play 4 perfect quarters. And do Dolphins fans trust Tua to play 4 perfect quarters? I've only seen 1 good quarter in his career, and that was last week. It's starting. Dal Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in to a tailgate of the AFC East Roundtable. I have a couple of meetings with the team. Just make sure that our show is organized, ready to go. Link is pinned right at the top of this live chat. Go on ahead, you click that, save it, you turn on the notifications. We're going live at 7:30. We're expecting close to 1,000 live viewers tonight. Be a part of it. Be a part of history. We love y'all. And then if you didn't sign up for the AFC East Roundtable Patreon, do it, and then you will have a chance to come on the show and ask us a question. It's all up to you. Dal Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in about 40 minutes. Before I let you go, but always remember, let's go Buffalo.